flower is a beautiful thing. It grows to the quiver of a fife that sings. I can take it with the wave of my hand and place it upon my music stand. Such a beautiful thing.
Thank you, Reverend Tony. Well, hello, everyone. It is, as usual, it's always a great and wonderful opportunity to be able to speak and to be able to share, my thoughts, specific my thoughts around, how the, course have always, helped me shift and helped me to be able to see things, differently than I had previously, in my life. So I'm always grateful to be able to have the opportunity to share that and regarding that aspect of it. And one of the things that I always do is I turn it over to the Spirit to, ask for guidance of exactly what is it that I feel guided to talk about. And the word hope just kept coming to my mind. And so I was like, okay, well, maybe that's something that I can, talk to and share my thoughts on how I see it and how I perceive what hope is. As we know, hope is used so many different times in so many different ways, so many different situations when we think about the word hope. And so I decided to actually look it up in a dictionary just to see what the dictionary actually has to say about the word hope. And this is a couple of things that came from that. To cherish a desire with anticipation. To want something to happen or be true. Desire accompanied by expectation of or belief in fulfillment. I appreciated that, definition because, in my mind, it does, demonstrate and does shows the different, aspect, the different ways of how we can actually look at the word, hope. And I'm also, in my mind, I'm looking at it in a way of, in a spiritual way as well, of how we can, embodied and really, really embody, what the meaning of hope really is, regarding that aspect of it. And, and one of the things that I, think about, when you think about hope is just think about all those different examples that we tend to have in our lives. Like we tend to want a hope for a better day. We tend to want to hope that the movie that we're going to see is going to actually be a good movie. Unlike the Wonder Woman when we did that saw that I was very disappointed in. but I was hoping that was going to be good. But hey, we can have those hope regarding that aspect of it. And for me, who's a big football fan, I always hope every year that my 49ers do well. But it didn't happen that year. But those are things that what we hope for. That's the energy that we put out. And normally when you think about it, it's usually putting out the energy of something good about it. So usually we're hoping for something nice, something that feels right for us, regarding that aspect of it. And so then it got me to think more about that. What? Every year, we're starting, 2021, and several people set, goals or resolutions for themselves, every year. There's something that, folks do and, something that I continue to do. I continue to reflect on my life and how the previous years were and, where I'm hoping to continue to evolve in the next year. And the thing that, came up, for me is that, what? I want to be able to allow myself to be more hopeful. It's about me learning how to, no matter what's going on in my life, no matter what type of challenges that may be coming up, that I want to have the frame of mind of having hope. Because when I think about it, and when I'm feeling like I am not hopeful, or even feeling like I'm hopeless, it's very draining. It takes a lot of energy out of me that I don't want. I want more of that uplifting, positive energy in me. And that's what I want to strive for, in this year, is to look at every situation in a more hopeful way and not in a negative way. And so it got me to reflect even more, on my life of where things has been for me, throughout my years, in this world regarding that aspect of it. And to recognize and to understand that, there's numerous times in my life where I did not feel hopeful. I grew up, in an area that I had to deal with, a lot of harassment. I grew up in an area where there was a lot of drive-by shooting. I grew up where I lost a lot of key people in my life, in an early age. I grew up in an area or situations where I just did not feel safe all the time. And yet, though, I could have easily made the choice to not be hopeful. I could have easily made the choice to allow those things to hold me back. And even though all that happened pre-course, I do think that there was something in me that I already had the message of the course in me to let me know that no matter what was happening with you at that time, Vincent, that there's more for you, that there's a purpose out there that is just waiting for you to be able to take that opportunity. And it has. I've been very fortunate to have the course come into my life. Been very fortunate and blessed to have the Community Miracle Center to come into my life. And the thing is, when we reflect on our lives, all these different situations happen for a reason. It happens because those are the experiences that we need to continue to evolve, to continue to be able to see things in a way that we haven't seen before. The Course says this: the possibility of freedom has been grasped and welcomed, and the means by which it can be gained can now be understood. The Spirit is always in us. It is deep, deep in our souls. The question is, are we willing to listen to it? Are we willing to truly allow ourselves to embrace it and to be able to see the hope and the beauty in this world that we are in? One of the great things that I appreciated about, because whatever happened to me in my past life, the Course has taught me and given me the hope of not allowing myself to play victim, to not allow myself to be in guilt. No, it gave me the opportunity to see forgiveness. It gave me the opportunity to see love. And in my mind, that is part of what hope is about. It is seeing those things. It's not seeing the negative things, the victimness. It's not seeing the guilt, the shame, all those challenges that we go through. No. Those are just learning opportunities and experiences for us to be able to shift and change. The world becomes a place of hope because its only purpose is to be a place where hope of happiness can be fulfilled. And no one stands and outside this hope because the world has been united in belief. The purpose of the world is one which all must share if hope be more than just a dream. Because the world has been united in belief, the purpose of the world is one which all must share if hope be more than just a dream. It's all of us, folks. It is each and every one of us. This world, in my mind, really is about happiness. It really is about us learning how to shift and how to see what we really are meant to be. And I do believe, for me, throughout my life, that I've been able to see that path of hope and happiness. I have felt it in myself. I feel it in others. I feel it in this world that we are in. I know for me, in order for me to stay in that frame of mind of believing in hope, that I have to understand that there's a power way greater than myself that is guiding me, and that is letting me know that no matter what obstacles that may appears to be coming forth, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't, because it knows and understands where I'm at. It knows, understand where we are at. And for me, I would do everything I possibly can to not allow myself to lose hope anymore, to see it, to cherish the beauty of what hope really is about. And I recognize that it's not always easy. I recognize that there's going to be those moments where I want to slip back in my old ways and feel guilty, feel depressed, feel sad, whatever it is. Because we're thrown so much at us on a daily basis. But yet, we have the strength, the power, and the willingness to be able to change that. And I reflect that I hoped that I will have a better life. I hope that I will be able to help others. I've hoped that me and my siblings will always be close, even after we have lost our parents at an early age. And guess what? It all happened. Even though me and my siblings are in separate places, far away than we have ever been, we're still very close. That's because I had hope. And I trust and believe that that's what it's supposed to be. I are seeing the change that is happening in this world. And it's a positive change. It is an uplifting change. And all I see is just the beauty that it is starting to manifest. I'm seeing the energy, the light that has been given each and every one of us. Not yet is heaven quite remembered, for the purpose of forgiveness still remains. Yet everyone is certain he will go beyond forgiveness, and he but remains until it is made perfect in himself. For the purpose of forgiveness still remains. In my mind, forgiveness is one of the biggest hope that we can ask for, that we can put out there. Because I'm pretty sure each and every one of us has experienced some form of trauma in our lives, have experienced something in this world that just did not feel right for us, that brought that uneasiness in us, that made us doubt ourselves, that made us believe that we were not worth it. All those things, we have all may have experienced it. And if we didn't experience it personally, I'm pretty sure people in our lives have experienced it. But the greatest hope is to allow ourselves to forgive those. And for me, I have to forgive those thoughts that I know that came from my ego mind. And that is the hope when I'm able to do that. Because then I'm able to see all my siblings as one. Then I can see that we are all collective and that there is no separation. We all may appear to be different. In reality, we're not. And even though we may see or appear those differences, think about it. All it does is makes us stronger. It makes us stronger beings in this world. And for me, my goal of allowing the hope, my goal is to allow myself to see things differently, is to recognize those moments when I feel like, you know what, that person doesn't agree with me. That person has a different view to me. That person doesn't look like me. That person, whatever it is, you know what? I'm planning to that separation. I'm not allowing myself to see who that person is. And that person is exactly who I am. We are loving, healing beings. My hope is your hope. Your hope is my hope. This world hope is all of our hope. Each and every one of ours. And that's the energy. That's the essence that I want to see, that I want to embrace and believe in. And not allow any of these obstacles or challenges or barriers interfere with me. So for 2021, it is all about having hope. It really is about seeing the beauty, the loving, incredible energy that each and every one of us bring. That is what I'm about. Look forward then and walk in confidence with happy hearts that beat in hope and do not pound it in fear. Look forward then and walk in confidence with happy hearts that beat in hope and do not pound in fear. Our heart is beat with nothing but hope and love. And as I reflect on my past, as I look in the present, and as I look towards the future, that's all I see right now is hope. I am so confident in what's going to be manifested in this world now, that all will be in forgiveness, that we all will be in love, that we all will be united as one, and that we all will be healing this world in the way that it needs to be. We have a new generation, folks, that's coming forward, who's already starting to embrace that. And we had the privilege, at least I feel like I had the privilege and the honor to hear the 22-year-old African-American woman speak at her inauguration, the amazing words that she displayed. That gives me hope. That is letting me see that this world is ready for a change. This world is ready for each and every one of us to do our part, to see the love, to see the beauty, and to not allow ourselves to dwell on things that appears to weigh us down, but let us do nothing but put the energy of hope in every ounce and bones that we have because that is our purpose in this world. That is my purpose in this world. And I am so looking forward to an incredible 2021 because I know and I trust in what the new generation is going to be doing and what each and every one of us is already doing. And that is my talk.
A flower is a beautiful thing. It grows to the quiver of a fife that sings. I can take it with the wave of my hand and place it upon my music stand. Such a beautiful thing. Such a beautiful thing.